true confession time. I love singing competition shows. The Voice, American Idol, I love them. I really do. In fact, I cry every time I watch them. And I'm not talking about squirting out a tear or two. No, I am talking about needing a Kleenex. And sometimes I actually ugly cry. Today we're going to talk about goals. And goals are a funny thing to me because we have these passions that I think we push down, like singing, right? We have these passions that we push down because we put the practical things on top. These are things we feel like we should do. So today we're going to talk, I'm going to suggest 2 ideas for you on looking at your goals. But I'm not going to talk about anything that you can read online or in a book. We're not going to talk about that. If you want to know about SMART goals, go read it for yourself. Today we're going to look at it a little differently. Goal setting. So all the things you see on the pictures, all the things here are things that I have used. I'm not going to throw my tablet on the floor. That I have used to track goals. They are all over the place. Phone, computer, tablet, all of these things, very unorganized. So I have not been very successful at tracking my goals. Is there anybody here who feel like they're pretty good at kind of having a hold of what they're doing? Good. A couple of you, and that's great. And I'm very happy for you, right? The follow through is where I was having problems, right? Because it's everywhere. I mean, who can keep track if I'm doing this? And God only knows the apps that I actually have on my phone that I have never ever used. So, the last year or so, I learned some things that I want to share with you. So the first thing is be a soul searcher. And what that means is, what is that passion? What is that fire in your belly? What's in your heart? Where or who do you want to spend time with? Think about what that is. And you know the story of the tortoise and the hare? You're the turtle in that story, right? Slow and steady wins the race. And you pick 1, maybe 2 goals for the year. That is it. Slow and steady wins the race. Be very focused. Because when you look at what your passion is or what you want to concentrate on, then you can be successful instead of having them everywhere. As an example, I will share one of my work goals that I have this year, and it is around networking. I'm going to tell you that networking has been on my list forever. And if you read the stuff online, and there's all these rules, and do this and do that, and it was just too complicated. I knew I wanted to do it, but just wasn't doing it. And then I heard one of our executive coaches at work speak, and she was talking about the same thing. She was having problems networking. And this is a coach. This is what she does. She tells people to do this stuff for a living. And she said, I finally realized that all I need to do that, she said, what I decided to do was concentrate on meeting 1 person a week. And I'm like, yes, I can do that. I can meet with 1 person a week. So I embraced her philosophy. Now, I do work at Sprint, so I must put it on a spreadsheet because that's what we do there. But here is what my spreadsheet looks like. So it has the date, the person I met with, and then towards the right side you'll see how I know the person. Because one of my goals is not just people within my company, but equally the number of people outside of my company. We are 38 weeks into the year so far, and I have met with 114 people this year. How great is that? Had no idea it would be that way. And sometimes it's 1 or 2 people, other times it's groups. We had our TGIF outing last month. Right there were 10 people. Very successful, something that's logical, something that's simple. Pick 2 goals, work on those. Because you pick 2 goals, you also have time to make yourself uncomfortable. The reason you're uncomfortable is because you didn't choose to do these things most of the time. How many times have someone said to you, have you ever thought about doing blank? Or someone asked you to do something and you didn't want to tell them no? Well, I can tell you that some of the most fulfilling things I've done have been that way, but I certainly was uncomfortable doing them. So I volunteered at a nonprofit, I worked in a soup kitchen, I teach Sunday school, which is pretty funny, but I do. And I'm also an officer in this club, but it's all because I made myself uncomfortable, and because you only have a couple of goals, those fill in. Now, where this comes for you guys is, you are in Toastmasters, you're automatically making yourself uncomfortable. You get up here and you speak in front of people, you do a lot of planning, you are asked to answer questions, right, and stand up and answer them in front of a group for 2 to 3 minutes. We make ourselves uncomfortable. But Toastmasters has an outline for you, and it's called the education program. You can see in the gray box at the top there's a communication program. So if you have those are the speeches, those are the manners we look at speeches. But there's also a leadership track. So you can work both of those tracks together. And leadership is the roles we have in the meeting, leading things, and doing that. So Toastmasters has a great format for us to do that. Now with Toastmasters, it has given me some skills to make myself very uncomfortable outside of here. At work, there have been a handful or so times when people have needed speakers in front of a couple hundred people, some in the room, some online. And I've been like this, I'm like, I'll do it. And inside I'm going, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'll do it. And at first, you're afraid, but you do it and you are so happy you did it afterwards. That gives you the courage to do it again and again and again. So this lays the groundwork for you to be successful and put yourself and make yourself uncomfortable. So next time somebody asks you something, say yes. That's it. Told you I was going to tell you 2 things. Be a soul searcher. Really figure out the 2 things you want, 1 or 2 things you want to concentrate on. Fill in with being uncomfortable. Be the turtle. Be slow and steady, and keep going with the goals that you set. I'm never going to be Rihanna. I'm never going to be on The Voice. But I can certainly cry every week as I watch it and cheer those people on. So think about your goals, and I have an idea. I have something to get you started. So here you go. Here is your first goal. If you laugh for 24 hours straight, you get a 6-pack. Boom. There you go. Thank you.